know there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good.
Hey Internet, welcome to Worldview Everlasting, your favorite YouTube addiction, and this is your daily fix. So if you've been living under a rock, then when I tell you that Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia died this past week, and that it is somewhat of an ill omen for those American citizens who care about a, shall we say, literal reading of the Constitution, particularly as it applies to our freedoms, then you'll be surprised. While not surprised, many out there will probably decry even this much of a statement by me on this religious show as being out of place for the church, but it remains difficult for me to ignore the fact that a loss of personal freedoms in any country usually comes with the loss of religious freedom.
Great principles don't get lost once they come to light.
And so at the very least, you Christians out there need to prepare yourselves to, well, put up or shut up when it comes to standing on what you believe the truth is in this country that is increasingly demonstrating its hatred of what you have to say. If you're interested, you can listen to an excellent interview over at Issues Etc. with Hadley Arks of Amherst College. And while you're over there, check out their interview with Molly Hemingway about the feminist outrage over statements about the value of motherhood made by the pop star Adele.
So are you guys ready for a radical idea?
We wouldn't want little girls everywhere to get the nasty idea that procreating the species is not merely good for our economy, but also inspirational and fulfilling as a primary vocation designed into creation itself.
This is fact-based.
That all closely connects to
Planned Parenthood will not shame you. Planned Parenthood will not try to make you feel bad. God is a horrible deity. God kills indiscriminately. God kills everybody.
So first, she's wrong-headed in the worst kind of way when she says,
God is a horrible deity.
the thing is, I really can't fathom the insanity which would lead a human being to not worship an almighty God just because I didn't like the way he acted. You note, she didn't say your God or even the God, she just said God. The only almighty God that there is. He's mean, and so what? He's not in charge? Well, no, he's still in charge, he's the almighty God. And I should scoff at him and hate him? What good would that do? If God is a horrible deity, that is the absolute best reason to worship him as hard as you can. You need to win him over. Otherwise, you're going to end up rotting in fire. Snubbing your pink draped nose at him over how mean you think he is doesn't come close to fixing the problem. But more important than this lunacy is the truth.
God kills indiscriminately. God kills everybody.
Yes, if by indiscriminately you mean that nobody gets a free pass no matter how nice they pretend to be. God is killing everyone with a rage and a passion against their sin. But if by indiscriminately you mean without good reason, well then you're not quite so spot on. God has a great reason to be killing us. All of us are running around down here thinking that we're special enough to set ourselves up as pink-draped judges of him and weigh in on whether or not we think he's good or horrible without any real eternal concept of goodness in the first place, and our only concept of evil a twisted one that we've inherited from a demon, which we think we can apply to God and everyone else, but never manage to apply to ourselves. So check it out. The wages of sin is death. We're all dying at God's hand because we're trespassers against the true good. Calling God mean for deciding it's a good idea to rid the world of evil isn't just lunacy, it's a veritable petition for eternal suffering. And it misses the real important point, which is that while God is indiscriminately killing all of us, no matter how much we manage to cover up our evil with a little bit of makeup and pink drapes, he is also just as indiscriminately saving us from this death through the once-for-all sacrifice of Jesus Christ, his son, on the cross. He's saving even the worst of sinners, which is all the more reason not to murder them in the womb before you have a chance to bring them to church and baptize them into his resurrection. So while I'll call you crazy for not worshiping God just because you think he's horrible, I'll nonetheless counter and insist that he's not nearly so horrible as you or I, because unlike you and I who sit here and pass judgment on what we do not understand, he fully understands just how evil we are, and in his great mercy has decided to save you from it. Catch you guys next week. Rock on.